What's up, sir?
going on?
So I forgot that when I said, hey, we're going live, that I had muted the mic on the computer, so I didn't actually articulate that to you at all, and I just started.
Right.
I thought I did, though. I said it out loud.
I was doing something, and I looked up, and I seen the countdown. I was like, oh, okay. We're going live.
What's up, JP Riggs? What's up, Fozzie? Oh, 1, and I responded with a 2, and then we got Fozzie. Evening, sir. How we doing, man? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got caught up, so I was going to call my mom, wanted to see, hey, Mom, I love you, you know. I wanted to tell her, oh, there we go. Jeff Duke's got the hit us with the 3. Now, who's going to hit us with the CZ4? You know what I'm saying? Yep. Sup, JP Riggs. Awesome. Glad Fozzie's doing well. But so I was talking to my mommy, and I was telling her I had kind of a heavy day. And then she was like, oh, what was it like? What are the people like? I was like, well, you know, like the culture here, there's a lot of machismo, right? It's a lot of like men are strong, we're the ones, you know, we run the world. So everybody that I spoke to today has at least 2 ex-wives and like 45, 60 different, they call them moras here, right? So it's not your wife, but like it's like the other one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which ones do you want to see? You want to see them all? We'll spend 3 weeks here looking through all of the other ones. This is while I was married to the first one, you know, and the second one. And it's like, well. Anyways, so it was fun. What's up, Third Patriot? I was thinking about you. We were actually just reading the article about how the Trump token launch turned out. You know?
Not so good.
Don't know. I was going to say, yeah, not so good. Don't know if you took part in it. I hope you didn't. If you did take part in it, I hope it went well for you. But we have an article about that, so we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. We did give you a little bit of fair warning. We were like, you know, we didn't even know. We were talking about the 70% controlled by insiders. Ooh, that's my wife. What's up, baby? I love you, babe. My only wife. I don't have a single girlfriend, lover, amante, or mora. Just my wife. Just the one. I promise. I swear. Look. It's right there. It's right there. Wear it every day.
What's up, Crypto King? What's up, Senora Powell?
Yeah.
What's up, Third Patriot?
Yeah, you know what we need.
Are you sure that's your wife? Because this says Cruz, bro.
That's a good point. It needs to be my wife. She needs to change her name already. She needs to get over it. But so Third Patriot didn't bite on this one yet. I'm glad you didn't, because we're gonna talk about it. And well, first of all, like I'm gonna just go ahead and say this, even though it's in the article, so this might be a little redundant later. First, I'm gonna say, make sure you smash the like button, that you share this space, you share this video, put it to Twitter, whatever you gotta do, put it out there, let somebody know. And but what I was gonna say is they were intending on raising $300 million. They only raised $9 million.
Yeah, I think I didn't know that was the cap was 300 million. That's a little high. It is
a little high, but is it a little high for one of the presidents of the United States? And one of the most controversial, most paid attention, like, you know what I mean? Having MFers in the world.
Because it's not
globe. This is like an Andrew Tate coin. You don't think 300 million is like, you know what I mean? That's pennies.
I think there's a difference.
What do you mean?
Trump is pro crypto, but does he know crypto?
But
Andrew Tate knows crypto.
Everybody knows that he doesn't know crypto. Right. They know. He's old enough that it's like anticipated. Of course he doesn't know crypto. You know what I'm saying?
There's actually
he's got a lot of
feedback. There's a lot of feedback against him launching this coin with the presidential election and everything like that. Or a lot of pushback, not feedback, pushback.
Yeah, well, a lot of feedback because of the pushback. But
Right.
what we will say though is that it's okay though, because he's gonna launch another one. This one didn't go so well. There's already another one that's coming around the corner. So if you missed out on this one and it didn't go good for you, you got another shot.
Well, I think that's a little different, but yeah,
You got another shot. If you round trip the first one, you got one more chance. Oh
Right.
man. So how was your day? What happened?
You know,
Anything exciting?
I was looking at Polymarket yesterday or today. I even posted it in our Discord. He's up by like 16 points in Polymarket.
Yeah, but that Polymarket is racist. Now let's go to the Polymarket on Solana Rift. Let's see what they say over there. Right?
Well, let's see.
We'll do that later, because I remember talking about that earlier, like how largely like different that the numbers were there. But that is like kind of a funny thought. I watched the soccer game. I watched 2 soccer games today. Colombia won by 4. Yeah, well, no, not in real life. In a bar, right?
Oh,
in a bar, yeah. But with one of the people that I'm doing some business with here, and they were like, "Hey, you want to watch the soccer game?" And I was like, "What kind of Hispanic local Colombian man would I be if I said no?" You know more than anybody that I love sports. There's nothing that gets me more worked up than sports. You know,
and
what
I
I mean?
bet they called it soccer too.
Yeah, they did call it soccer. No, they called it football. Football. But I mean, it is. It's played with the foot. You know what I'm saying?
It is played with the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about the head, the shoulder?
Yeah, no. But the majority, 95% of the game is played with the foot. You know what I mean?
It should be called kickball then.
America, with its cultural appropriation, they decided that they were going to name their sport with a ball football, even though you could argue that over 95% of the sport of football, American football, is not played with the foot.
What does football translate to in English?
Ball with foot.
Foot is not Spanish for your foot.
No, yeah, I understand. Let's see.
Well, actually, I guess it's not. I don't think it originated. I don't know why I'm saying that. It didn't originate in Latin America. I don't even know why I'm saying
Look, there we go. Third Patriots got it. Football.
Yes.
Football. Anyways, football de pie, right? Yeah. No, but it was a pretty good game.
Where did football originate?
There we go. Let's find out from AI.
The United States.
Oh, that's funny.
Wrong football.
Yeah, you have to put the little my God accent on you.
It originated in Britain.
Oh, jeez.
Before medieval times, in the 19th century, since before medieval times, folk football games had been played.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow. Walter Chauncey Camp, the father. That's American football. Yeah. Says 19th century fucking England, bro. So the 1800s.
That's crazy.
Very weird. Alt plus 250
plus 0
to get the U.
What is up, Harry Manback?
Oh, I'm on my phone, bro. I'm on my phone.
But
just type in a U.
So what else we got going on? Man, I feel like so many things. First of all, shout out to Frigid AI. Okay. I had an excellent call with Arctic today from the Frigid AI team, Arctic Alpha. Cool dude. It is may or may not be possible, but we're going to find out. I might get him to dox himself completely and talk to us about what Frigid AI is doing on Friday in an interview, which is exciting. And
nice.
some other stuff is like, obviously they have no intention of making any kind of a trading bot ever. It's not in their roadmaps as it is right now. And that's funny because people have told me that they might be competition for us. So it turns out they're not competition. And actually, it turns out that they might have a lot of synergies, because if we have a trading bot that responds based on information that is given to the trading bot, and Frigid AI has some very interesting AI-driven analytical tools. I mean, I'm not saying we're dating or anything yet, but all I'm saying is like it's worth, a conversation.
Right.
But anyways, so all of our Frigid AI holders, like, let us know. Say something in the chat. Make sure you have shared, liked, and, put this out there. Let people know that there's some cool stuff happening in this ecosystem. What's up, Jaleesa? How are you doing, girl? Still waiting for the Jaleesa collab. You got to get out here. You got all the equipment. We already know. We've had that conversation. Shout out, though. Big love to you.
That is true. Let's
see what else. I actually want to know if Venezuela won. Venezuela.
Listen, bro. I don't come on here talking about real football.
It's not.
Which I did lose. I did lose the G Blades this weekend.
Yeah,
looked like I was going to beat them.
It did look like you were going to beat them. Oh my gosh! Paraguay won. It might still be going on, but I think Paraguay won. 2-1. That's sad. That's crazy. Damn. And then Colombia came out and they just like absolutely bent Chile over 4-0. It was sad. Shout out to all my Chileans out there. You guys tried.
All right, enough about football. What's going on in the market?
Well, let's go over into that section. Let's find out and let's talk about it, because I think it's a good time for that. How do you feel?
Market update? Sure.
Yeah, man. Woo.
All right, everybody. So we just refreshed the price, and we're only down 1%, even though altcoins are bleeding. We're coming in at 2.4 trillion. Massive volume for a Tuesday, up at 135 billion. Bitcoin dominance skyrocketing up to 54.9%. And Ethereum at 13%. It's so volatile, it doesn't even cost anything to send an ETH transaction. Let's come down here. Bitcoin coming in at 66,774, up 1.3. Ethereum 2589, down 1.4. BNB 591, down 0.2. Solana at 153, down 2.9. XRP at 5393, down 1.8. Dogecoin at 1159, down 2%. Tron at 1584, down 1%. Toncoin at 520, down 2%. Cardano at 3561, down 2%. Man, there is no green in the top coins except for 0.2% on BNB. That's crazy. Everything except for Bitcoin is down right now. Let's look at the biggest winners. Probably ain't going to be very many. Litecoin, of all things, is up 5.8%. I think there was some news about a Litecoin ETF.
That's hilarious. Because I was about to make up some nonsense. I was going to be like, oh, you didn't hear about the upgrade? And then when you're like, what? It's like, worth it now. It does cool things, bro. Like, people are using it.
Aurora, no, what was supposed to be the upgrade for Aurora Boreas?
It was not Mimblewimble. Was it Mimblewimble?
Mimblewimble, yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it?
they're like, oh, Wimble's coming. It might have deployed by now, but I remember it was like delayed forever. Hedaro's up 2.1, Phantom's up 2.1, Aptos up 2.1, Turbo up 2%, Whitebit up 1.5, Beam up 1.5, and that's really
Why'd you
about it.
laugh?
Not much.
Why'd you laugh?
Look, when you got Bitcoin,
Why'd that make you chuckle?
What?
Whitebit.
I don't know. It's still funny to me, bro.
Jesus, we're getting canceled. It's
still funny to me.
Out here.
You know what's sad when like wrapped Bitcoin and Bitcoin are like in the top 10 gainers for the day. It was pretty bad. Biggest losers, I'm gonna go with SWI. Oh, so close. Popcat coming in at 124.
You were waiting
10%.
Are you still in that? Are you still in that short?
No. No. What am I? I think I'm in 2 longs right now, just kind of holding and feeding into them. SWI long. I'm in a SWI long, and not Popcat. I think I closed that one in whiff. Down here, I'm in a whiff long. Extremely underwater, but I keep adding to them. They're going to go back up.
Okay, I'm sure that'll make it go back up. Just keep adding to them. They couldn't go any lower.
Well, they're not going to zero.
No.
You know what I mean? They're not going to zero, so I'm not worried about it. I just hate having capital tied up that I can't. You get caught in a trade sometimes, and you just got to ride that baby out. You know what I mean? Popcat down 10%, Brettcoin down 8.8%, SWI down 8.7%. Look at that. There's John's mark, $2. Helium down 8.4, Psi down 7.8, Bitcoin Cash down 7.6, Dogwoof Hat down 7.4. Mega, look at everything. It's like a fire sale. All those coins you thought you missed are now on sale. That's why the title of this video is Your Last Chance to Load Up on Altcoins. Because we are going to the moon. All right, let's look at some charts. As a matter of fact, I had the Popcat up. Well, let's start with Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on. Let's go to the daily. All right. Nice green candle solidifying us above the downtrend. And we're even working on a third green candle in a row. A little small, only been out for an hour and a half. So, but momentum is still going to the upside. Money flow is still going to the upside. So we still got money flow to the upside. We still got momentum to the outside. VWAP starting to reset a little bit, looking good. I did have the RSI pulled up for something else. Little bit of a bearish div on the RSI. You know, slight because we're flat. If you look at that, we're flat on the RSI, but we have a higher high. So we could see this, you know, we might see another little pump. And then like we were saying, you know, or like John predicted that we get a little bit of sell-off, you know, coming in the next 2 weeks, maybe into the vote Trump day. And then boom, we bounce after that. Let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour green dot, but real lackluster on the momentum. Money flow still going up. We do have a bearish div on the money on the RSI. So I can see it's coming back a little bit. It's kind of what we need though. So we need Bitcoin. This is what we need out of Bitcoin. We need something like this. Or something like this that comes back down and retouches this 21. Because that is what is going to allow altcoins to flourish. As people take profits on Bitcoin or Bitcoin goes sideways, it allows altcoins to come back up. And that's what we're looking for. I mean, it's good that Bitcoin's where it's at, but let's face it, how many of us in here are betting on Bitcoin? We're not. We're betting on degenerate altcoins. So that is Bitcoin, but still looking good. I mean, we're holding strong. Look, we had the nice retest on the 4 hour right off the trend line. Boom, with a bounce. So Bitcoin's definitely looking good, looking strong. I would like to see, I mean, we're a little extended from the 21. That's why I can see it going sideways a little bit to let the 21 catch up. The daily is very overextended, but look at that. Whoops. We are getting ready to get that beautiful, beautiful bull cross on the 21 and the 200. So that will help us create a continuation to the upside for Bitcoin. I'm not going to go over everything's down and unpredictable. You know what I mean? It's dumped so much that you don't want to that's probably on
Will you do me a favor?
58.73.
Will you do me a favor?
Huh.
Will you check the Bitcoin dominance and if it ever hit 60?
I don't think it did, but yeah, we can check that.
Yeah, I'm curious
I don't know what site you're looking at, Third Patriot.
Share the site in the comments and we'll go check it out.
CoinGecko has 54.9, but CoinGecko is going to be different from like TradingView and also CoinMarketCap. So let's go back and we will look at okay, so he's looking on TradingView. Okay. So Bitcoin dominance. Oh, you know what? That's right. I heard what's his face? Damn. Into the yeah.
Ben
he
Cowan.
put out a statement that Bitcoin dominance is at the highest it's been this cycle. Let's go to the weekly.
Okay, so then he so maybe still not 60%.
No, it hasn't hit 60.
Okay.
So we are at, let's see, what is that? Let's get a little bigger so we can see. We'll draw a trend line right there. So the lightly dotted blue line, we have not been this high since March of 21. It's been 3.5 years since we've been this high in dominance. Look at that.
Wild.
It's just, and what's even crazier is that there's a hell of a lot more altcoins right now than there was in March of 21. You know what I mean? The more and more altcoins that come out, the more diluted the market gets. I would say Bitcoin dominance is going to dump. Let's see here. Let's look at what we got going on here. Well, let's go back to the daily. We don't want it on the weekly. We want it on the daily. I don't know why we had this line drawn here. That I'm not too sure of. But we are forming a bearish divergence on Bitcoin dominance. Boom. On all indicators. Boom. Boom. So you got a bearish div on the RSI. You got a bearish div on the momentum. You're super overextended from the 21. And these are good. This is good. We want that bearish div so alts can run. Because when dominance comes down on Bitcoin, that means what? Altcoin dominance goes up. So we definitely want to see that. We are very overextended from the 21. So 1.4% difference and we could definitely see that come down with all this bearish divs right here. So I like it. I like to see that. And that's just a massive candle. That's from yesterday. Or that's from today. It went up 1% today as the rest of the market bled against Bitcoin. So definitely good to see. Definitely good to see. All right, let's get into some other coins. We're going to run through this real quick because, like I said, everything's dumping. So you're not really looking for a short because everything's already dumped so hard. If you were going to short, you've missed your opportunity. And I wouldn't suggest longing until the trend changes. I mean, I got caught in my longs, or I wouldn't be longing right now, and I just refused to capitulate. So I just started throwing money in to average down my costs because I know it's going to come back. I mean, if you want to be super ballsy and throwing along right now, we could go down further. But first one up is we're going to look at Psy. If you miss SWI, now's your chance. It's down 10%. I do agree with that. We are very big proponents of SWI here. And we're going to look at SWI right now. There is a chance we still go down to $1.93. But SWI is going to be the next coin we look at. But if you're buying SWI for the bull run, I mean, why wouldn't you buy it now? You know what I mean? Most definitely. We're down at $2, or we're coming in at 203. You know, we're below a line of resistance. We'll go into that next. Let me get through Psy real quick. So Psy, we got this big cup and handle. We've come down. We've went up. We've retested the rim, and we're coming back down again. And this is kind of what SWI did. If you guys remember the charts we put out on SWI back in August when it was in that cup and handle, and it kind of went up, hit the rim, came back down, formed the handle, went up a little bit, and then came back down a little bit. Caspa Grayscale. Really?
I'm gonna have to check that out. I'll look,
look at that while I'm doing this. We are happy to see all these new people in here on YouTube. Do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with a friend, get this out. We will definitely check into that Caspa Grayscale news right now. I had somebody asking me about Caspa the other day. I think
so I have the answer.
Okay.
Actually, this article is probably going to be super interesting because, hold on one second, get that out of there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share this.
Go ahead.
So this is assets under consideration for Grayscale.
Oh, consideration.
Yeah, so assets under consideration is Caspa. So, but the fact that it is here is
for
crazy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because it says currently in the Grayscale product suite is Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XLM, XRP, and Zcash, right? And then
that's not. Oh, okay. Because that's not everything.
Product suite, yeah.
The product suite. Okay, I got you.
Under consideration, Caspa.
Hold on. Scroll back up. So, what is that category? Includes crypto assets that serve at least one of three fundamental roles as a medium of exchange, store of value, and unit of account. Okay. Because I was going to say they got a lot more than that, you know.
Yeah. Well,
they're breaking down into different categories.
Yeah,
so they consider it a currency. So they're considering Caspa as a currency in the likes of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and then obviously XLM, XRP, and Zcash.
Store of value and unit of account, yeah. Medium
right there. No, that's the definition of a currency.
Yeah.
The sector is currencies. Because when you go down, then they got like layer ones.
Yeah. You're
right.
Which
they just added SWI and a couple of other ones. That's big.
Yep. So Caspa. There we are,
I like
assets
it.
under consideration. But so I'm wondering, so assets under consideration comes to these as well? Because
Yeah.
then we have a lot here. I mean, even say,
Right.
which, I mean, it has been winding up. Like, what if that's why it's winding up? Because that's about to be the one. And then your Celestia, bro. I know you love your Celestia.
Celestia's got tokenomics problems. I can't deal with that.
Oh, and Aerodrome. That's on
I
here.
did see that announcement
Mantra.
today. I seen that Aerodrome.
Mantra.
Yeah, Mantra. Hey, bro, I shit the bed on that one. So the Ondo, I like Ondo so much, and I mean we bought Mantra in our Empire DCA portfolio, and we will continue to add to it. But we've been talking about Mantra. Hell, I put out a Mantra video when Mantra was at like $1.07, and I never put any in my personal portfolio, and now it's sitting at like $1.55. It might have had a retest, but it was just at like $1.55. So yeah, on my personal portfolio, definitely shit the bed on that one for sure. Since John is not doing anything, he's not going to be paying attention. Let's go, boom. I wonder if Ondo's tokenomics will. Okay, so yes, that is a good question. I will be selling my Ondo beginning to mid December, because it will be inflating the supply by more than double. I think so. There's 2.5 billion tokens out right now, and there's like 1.8 billion tokens coming. It's some ridiculous cliff unlock, and that's the thing with Ondo. Ondo has a cliff unlock every 12 months, so there's no unlocks during the year, but at the first of every year they have a huge cliff unlock, and eventually the percentage diluted will start to wane. But since this is the first cliff unlock, it's going to more than double the supply. So if you are in Ondo, I still think it's going to run up in Q4, and then they're going to try to get that price high. So when it unlocks, it drops. Just be prepared, in my opinion, to dump your coins by, on the safe side, at the latest mid-December, I would think. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'll be dumping, like I said. It'll depend on where. I don't want to give a specific day, because it's going to depend. You know, if it triples between now and the 1st of December, I'll probably dump them the 1st of December. You know, or I may let it ride a little bit. You know, but yeah, definitely dumping before the beginning of the year. So let's get back to the charts real quick. So we got Psy. So Psy's forming this nice big cup and handle. We've come down. We've went up. We've tested right here, the rim. And these past two candles, the entire market came down. So obviously it retraced a little bit, but you had the 21 crossing the 200 bullish. I'm expecting it to cross this rim, giving it a measured move to about $1.16. So measured move from rim to target. That's about 133% move. You know what I mean? Which also should line up. Yep. Look, that lines up almost exactly. Because that's
the all-time
this
high.
year's high right here. $1.14 is this year's high.
Will you do me a favor?
What?
Okay, now assume that it hits that, right? And then it comes down afterwards, right? There's a retrace. And then that makes the handle. Right? You see what I'm saying?
It's already in the handle.
No. I'm saying that like
that wouldn't be a you're thinking a bigger another cup and handle.
You don't see it? If it comes down then over there?
This is the cup and handle right here.
No, I know, but I'm saying that if you made it bigger from where the other all-time high is, all the way down to like where it actually ends up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends on where it hits, but yeah, I mean, it could. I don't know if I would. This is awfully slanted. See, this comes down sharp and goes up sharp. That's why I would consider this more of a cup and handle. But yeah, I mean, if we sucked it in like this, and this came down like this, then that would be like a giant cup and handle again. It could form like that, and it very well might.
Yeah, I just wanted to see theoretically what would that
what would it? Oh, you want to know what it would be if it formed? I wouldn't pull it from here because these are like spikes. So I would say, like, if it comes back to here and pulls back, because it could come to there and pull back. I mean, if we're doing moon math, that brings us out to $4.
But I mean,
which is a 9x from here.
But that's not crazy for like bull market. What we're about to see, the banana zone.
No, of course not.
Right?
No.
So that's what I wanted to. I just wanted to see that just for,
But I'm saying this is what I'm seeing in the immediate right here.
Yes.
And we already went over. This area right here, lining up with what SWE did. When we overlaid charts. I'm not going to go into that again. Watch yesterday's video, and you can see how this move right here is very similar to what happened with SWE right before it took off. So that's what I got for Psy. Let's go to SWE real quick. Okay, so SWE on the daily. We are still following. We're still on this uptrend right here. Boom. We could see it come all the way back down. That's why I'm saying like $1.93. We could see it just come right down here to $1.93 and touch this uptrend right here. Let's go down to the smaller. Oh yeah, we wanted to show this. So we have constant bullish divs. These are like hidden bullish divs on SWE. That's why it keeps seeming to pump. So we got the low, higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low. Textbook hidden bullish div, so we can definitely see it pushing back up. It just needs to retest a little bit. Back here, we were talking about, damn, this thing needs to come to the 21. We're so far. Well, we moved sideways and then we pump and we're like, it still needs to come to the 21. And then we finally came back to the 21, pump, and now we're getting back to the 21 again. When we go down to the 2 hour. Okay, so I pulled a fib earlier and we pulled the fib, right here from the local low. Uh-oh. Hate it when that happens. Come on. All right, to the high up here. And you can see we've come down. We're fighting right here, right around the halfway mark. We wicked down, bounced right off the golden pocket. And that golden pocket is just above this SR level at about 192, this area right here. So we could still come down to the golden pocket here, play around, but we're getting the big green dot, the double green dot on market cipher on the 2 hour. We're looking at the RSI. RSI is getting nice down here into the oversold territory. We're at 37. So let's see what the money flow is doing. Money flow's dipping just a little bit, but we got VWAP going to the upside. We got double green dot going to the upside. I think it could have bottomed, you know what I mean? But this is why you DCA. If you got $1,000, you think you missed SWE, you got $1,000 you've been waiting to dump into SWE, throw 500 in now and wait, throw a little bit more in a few days, throw a little bit more in a few days. So if it does go down further, you can bring down your average cost of entry. And if it goes up, well, at least you were able to put a little skin in the game, and then you can DCA in. I mean, if this is a bull run bag, So that's what we got on SWE. I did have this on Solana. I was looking at Solana earlier. Let's go to the daily. This is what I'm seeing on Solana. I mean, what does that look like to you?
Yeah, looks like and then boom.
A giant inverted head and shoulders on the daily for Solana. Okay. We do have some bearish div on the momentum wave, and we do have a little bearish div on the RSI, but you can see that Solana keeps hitting its head and playing around at this 157 right here. 157, it's ranging, right? So it's ranging from 161, let's see, to the low of that to about 155. So it has a lot of action in that $5 box right there. Once we break this, I think it's go time for Solana, especially with this big inverted head and shoulders right here. The measured move on that is up to 203. And once again, just like Psy, if you look, if you go to look, what does that reach us? Boom, that reaches the local high set back in March. You know what I mean? It's just all these things are lining up. That's why I'm saying this could be your last time to line up. And if we look at this, doesn't that look, that's looking a lot like the Bitcoin range that we've been in, right? It's just been ranging, 203 down to 127, up to 188, down to 126, up to 194, down to, well, big wick, but settled at around 127 area, up, boom. Okay, we are above the 200 on the daily, which is bullish. We got the 21 shooting up, getting ready to get a nice bullish cross probably in the next 3 or 4 days, as long as we can hold above that. You got the 50 turning to go up. So the moving averages want to flip on the daily. You're in an inverted head and shoulder, and that move takes you through the top of the downtrend back to the local all-time high. So Solana's looking bullish. This is one of the guys in Discord was asking about Caspa, and you guys brought up Caspa right now. So we will look at this. I do believe I was on the 2 hour. So the 2 hour, when I was drawn out, this is what I was seeing.
Bullish.
Boom. So it was right about here that somebody was asking, they were talking about this W pattern. And when I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it is W pattern, but we got the momentum wave was topped out with the big red dot. You had the VWAP coming down. So I told him, I was like, this is more of what I think is going to happen, kind of like that. And then when you're looking at that, if you're considering that an inverted, head and shoulder, or just like, because if we were to flip this and we've seen this, we would think it's dumping, right? So invert scale, if you're looking at this, even if you're not counting it as a head and shoulder, that's like a rollover pattern. You know what I mean? Boom, 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 and it starts to roll over. What is Crypto Face calling the three amigos?
Yeah.
Or the freaking, or the bing, bang, boom, you're done. You know what I mean? So this is inverted. So if you're thinking that this is going to roll over and go down, well, when you look at it in right side, higher lows, same level high, So you bring that neckline, boom, measured move from here to here, puts us at about 15 cents for Caspa. Definitely not the all-time high, but I mean, Caspa it definitely has a cult following, and then you got that Grayscale news, that it's being considered as a currency for Grayscale's suite of products. Definitely some good looking right there. I don't think I had anything on WIF. Well, I was kind of looking at this on WIF as like a cup and handle ish. I don't know if I'm convinced of that, but if that does play out, we're right here at the rim right now. The rim's right about here. If that does play out, we're looking at about 430, 450 on that. Not convinced that's a cup and handle. It's kind of ugly looking, but we are riding that trend up. So this is the 2 hour on WIF. Word is SWI, Psy, and Aptos might run hard together if Bitcoin bull runs again. I guess people are bullish on layer ones. 100%. Yes. Almost every coin I own's a layer one, bro.
Yep.
I'm definitely. What did he say?
Everyone's looking for the
next one. I don't own Aptos. I don't own Aptos. I do own Psy and SWI. The reason I don't own Aptos is only because Aptos and SWI are both move language, both launched around the same time. I even think Aptos came out a little bit earlier. They're almost like sister chains, because a lot of the AMMs like Cetus on SWI also supports Aptos. A lot of the NFT platforms that are on SWI and the SWI wallet also support Aptos. So they're very similar. So I just went with SWI and kept it. But that means Aptos might be the next to run. You know what I mean? And then Psy is like it's like a DeFi contract platform, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked into it too much.
I thought it was decentralized. I've messed up.
What's that?
For some reason, I kept thinking it was decentralized storage, or I keep mixing it up. I think with something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But no, Psy is like it's like it has to do with like freaking what did I just say? I just lost my train of thought.
Move language.
No, not for Psy. Psy's.
Oh, just kidding. You said like DeFi smart contracts.
Right. Oh, so like financial markets and like stuff like that. Like it builds contracts for like trading. There we go, trading. Like trading contracts, and it's meant to be built on to help people lock in trading or something like that. But it's getting a lot of hype.
I want
right. Yeah, everyone's definitely looking for the next Solana. If you've been watching us, we've been talking about how if SWI can
SWI's going to be it.
Yeah, SWI, I think. I mean,
Isn't
Franklin Templeton.
Chosen by
even if
they're going to rotate out.
Even if SWI's tech is crap, which it isn't, because I've used it for several things.
It's
super quick, super intuitive. The UI is beautiful. Even if it wasn't,
they're still going to bump it.
We're in an ecosystem of speculation and hype, and you got every freaking YouTuber under the earth promoting SWI. You got Franklin Templeton coming out and saying SWI, the team at SWI is the best in blockchain. Period. That's Franklin Templeton.
Charles Hoskinson saying something similar. Yeah, and you know how he is. And let me tell you something else. Dude, Chamath Palihapitiya, he has a freaking bag of SWI, okay? So I'm just saying it.
I guarantee it.
I have something that I
Okay,
want to share
I guess
really.
PopCat was another one. PopCat was
Really
another
quick.
one that I have a little bit on right here. I don't think I showed PopCat yet. PopCat, this is like a spider line. It's not really an uptrend. It's more of a spider line because we have resistance, 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 support, support. So it's kind of just like a spider line. But on that, PopCat is in this beautiful falling channel. So when it breaks, it's going to break hard, in my opinion.
Yes, it does.
And it's coming down. What's that?
Amazing humans. Shout out J Coco. Big love to you. Does Sui have
Yes.
NFTs? Yes, it does. But
Yes.
there aren't any, like, there are some like top projects over there, but there's really not like a consolidated like OG class of things there, right? It's like too new.
Right.
So like there's opportunity for any of them to like become that, right?
It
It's
also
also
has handles.
Yeah.
It also has handles because I have like I'm at Desert Crypto, just like Ethereum, just like Cardano. I caught Ethereum at 300, but missed Solana run. Now I'm hungry again. Hell yeah. I know. When I seen Solana, 8, 10, $12 after it dipped, man, the people that pulled the trigger are definitely winners. I will say one thing, Jay Coco. The one NFT marketplace I was on for SWI, I did not like. I didn't like the marketplace. That actual DApp was like very clunky. It hosts 3 different blockchains. It's SWI, Aptos, and there's a third one I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was kind of clunky. I haven't been doing anything with that, but there's DeFi. There's decentralized leverage trading platform on SWI for all you guys that like leverage trading and don't want to or can't KYC with some of these exchanges. But PopCat, we're in this falling channel. We've come down. We're right here at the 786. We're going to see if we can bounce. The 21 just cross the 50, which is bearish. We're still above the 200 on the 2 hour. There is no 200 on this, on the daily. But it was just a matter of time that it comes back down, does a little retest. I still like PopCat. That's one of my favorite meme coins. I don't own any, but I love trading it. It's so volatile. It's awesome to trade. I think that's about all I had for tonight. Ondo, I was doing some kind of like moon mathish fucking TA on Ondo, but it's not really. I mean, we do have this W pattern right here. This could have been a cup and handle, but it broke out. I don't see that as a cup and handle anymore. We are in the W, and if you get this move right here, so right here's the headline, top to bottom, boom, that brings us up to about 88 cents. The problem is you also have this uptrend right here. Probably more like that. That you're going to have to contend with. So I do still see Ondo moving. This right here is just like everything else in the market. It's taking a dip. But on the 2 hour, you got the moving averages are flipping on the 2 hour for Ondo. So that's definitely bullish. The 21's crossed. The 50's crossed. The 200's getting ready to turn. So everything's going to start going back up. I do like Ondo short term, most definitely. But other than that, I think that's it for the update.
I wanted to share this real quick. Shout out to CB, right? So he's officially become a Cardano D-Rep. Mission is to rep the NFT community and guide Cardano's governance with transparency and community first. Delegate to me and let's build together. And then so here's this DREP ID. Shout out to CB. Met him in person. One of the most incredible people I've met, period, and spoken to. We need to have him back on.
You let him know. You let him know. We'll delegate, but he needs to vote for our proposal.
Okay. There we go. A little tip for tat. We like that.
Little tip for tat. Little back scratching.
Yeah. Shout out CB and the Beehive
is freaking awesome.
He's one of the best people in the space for sure, hands down. So I wanted to just shout him out for that. And then let's see. I got a couple things. We talked about the Trump thing. I think I should show this article just so we can talk about it. So first, let's watch this because I thought it was funny.
Big news. The World Liberty Financial Token sale is now live. Crypto is the future. Let's embrace this incredible technology and lead the world in digital economy. Go to worldlibertyfinancial.com.
There you go. You could have seen that if you saw that advertisement on his Twitter account. You might have thought that you were early, but so what happened was Trump touts the new crypto token after initial sales are a dud. So he touts a new token after the first sale was a dud.
No, you're reading that wrong.
I'm reading it wrong. Gotcha.
No, you're reading that wrong.
Gotcha. But so a token sale for World Liberty Financial was active earlier on Tuesday and raised about $9 million amid multiple website crashes, well below the $300 million fundraising target, which is wild. So U.S. Republican presidential candidate Trump took to social media platform X to tout World Liberty Financial, a new crypto project promoted by his family. After initial sales of the platform, new WLFI tokens fell well short of the target. Trump's post came late in the U.S. day on Tuesday, several hours after tokens were initially made available. Some 9 million of the tokens were sold. As the press time, some 3% of the total tokens allocated to the public sale. Right. So this serves as a governance token for the platform, enabling users to participate in DeFi activities like borrowing, lending, and creating liquidity pools. The token sale website went live earlier Tuesday and suffered numerous outages. As such, trackers of the token on its website did not show an immediate spike in purchase volume after Trump's X post, with over 540 million tokens already purchased by users before his endorsement. So I guess that's the whole thing. That's all it says. So just didn't sell as many as they thought. And the website went down. That's what I gathered.
So have they actually they haven't created a TGE, right? So they haven't generated any tokens yet. Because when I type in the ticker,
it's not there yet. There's no chart.
Well, this is what I get when I type in the ticker. Those are just liquidity pools, which just because it has the same ticker don't mean it's the right contract.
You have to understand also that these tokens can't be traded. So there's probably not like a market of them. You can't trade them.
None of them can be traded?
You can't transfer them from one person to another person. It's to make sure that it's compliant with the thing. And so you're locked in to only be able to use it on the platform.
But what would you use it on the platform for? Just DeFi?
That's what it said, bro. That's what it said yesterday.
Yeah,
man.
Something's not adding up, bro. Something's not adding up. That's why I'm glad I didn't buy in. I was going to still have my V1 Trump NFT still worth more than 99 for sure.
I'm sure. And honestly, like, I wish that I'd bought those. I wish I'd bought those and sold them at a quick 5 to 10x at the time.
I was even joking when those went live. I was talking with Sedgy, and we were joking like, I should, it was on Polygon. I didn't own any Polygon at the time, and I was just like, I should get some. And then they just exploded. Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
But let's see. Let's see if we gather any more information. 4 million worth ETH, whatever. This is all the same. So that's it.
Yeah.
Anything new. But no, what I was saying is that's like one of the things there is that he's notorious for licensing out his name and using his reputation for things and then getting paid that way, almost like a branding thing, like allowing people to use his brand. So when they initially talked about this particular project, there were a lot of people that were skeptical about the team, right? Because imagine it could just be like any team that's like, oh, hey, we got this thing already, maybe it was a copy from GitHub, maybe it works, maybe it looks like it works, whatever. But now we have your name, we'll get money, and then we'll give you money, and then done. Right?
Well, you'd think because Trump Jr. is part of it. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's not part of the team. I'm sure he's just an advisor, a mouthpiece, whatever. And he was on the space that I listened to yesterday. But you would think somebody like that would do their due diligence. You know what I mean?
You really?
He's younger. So? I don't expect Trump to understand it.
Yeah. I
do expect his kids to understand it.
I expect his kids to understand it better for sure.
I mean, Trump Jr. had BitBoy on his podcast a year and a half ago. So he's definitely in the crypto scene. You know what I mean? He understands what's going on. You would think it is kind of a weird time to be launching it right now, though.
It is kind of a weird time. But also you have to, these people use those kinds of people to give them credibility. Right. To get that street cred. So, you might not know, but your donors, they'll know when they see that, you know what I mean? And that's the signal to them. Hey, I'm in, you know what I mean? I know these people. I'm in the club. But I thought that was interesting. We talked about it yesterday. Hope nobody got burned there. But it's not necessarily him. It's the team around it.
Right.
Like we've said multiple times, he's not going to be the crypto expert himself. Okay, he's just not.
Right.
Okay,
would rather have Barron than Eric on the team for sure. Barron.
Yes,
Trump.
agree. 100%. So then there was this article about Bitcoin's open interest hits record 19.8 billion, signaling bullish sentiment among investors.
Let's go.
And so Bitcoin's open interest hits a high. CryptoQuant, as CoinGlass reports, over 38 billion. So 19.8 billion on CryptoQuant and 38 billion from CoinGlass. Cash margined contracts dominates Bitcoin open market, a sign of market maturity, which means that it's not too over leveraged at this moment, which is kind of exciting. So Bitcoin has hit 67K as bullish momentum continues to demand, and demands show no sign of wavering. So yeah, we are at the beginning of this. This upward trend is the derivatives market indicates a growing influx of liquidity and increased attention in the crypto space. And I mean, it's definitely an uptrend, That's all I'm saying here. And so all this stuff is a little bit, more technical. Don't really care too much. Open interest in cash margined futures reaches an all-time high of 25.5 billion on Monday, with CME futures accounting for 40% of the cash margined contracts. By comparison, the crypto margin contracts account for around 18.2% of the total open interest. Okay, so that is interesting because then that's almost half of all of the CME futures, right? 18.2% of the total of the open interest, which the CME futures account for 40. Am I reading that right?
Open interest. I'm sorry, I was looking at CoinGlass.
No, you're good.
Monday with CME futures accounting for 40% of all the cash margin contracts. By comparison, the crypto margin contracts account for around 18.2% of the total open interest. Yeah. So what's your question?
40. No, I was saying this is 18.2% of the 40% of the total. Is that correct? So that's
the 25 billion. Of the 25 billion, I would imagine. Open interest in cash margin futures reached an all-time high of 25 billion on Monday, with the CME futures accounting for 40% of all the cash margin contracts. So 25 billion is the high. CME accounts cash on CME futures. Cash accounts for 40% of that, and then their crypto accounts for 18.2% of that. So that means the other, I'm going to read that as the other 42% is somewhere else on a different exchange or somewhere, Binance, Deribit, something like that.
Yes. And then, Bitcoin 38 billion on CoinGlass, Chicago, the CME. This followed by Binance with 8 billion and Bybit with 5.61 billion. I mean,
I'm looking at the max pain right now, and it hasn't really changed. I mean, it's still really low.
Still really low. Dang.
Yeah, it's like, so on the first, max pain on Deribit on the first is 65,000. Max pain on Binance on the first is 64,000. So, but definitely a lot. I mean, it's bull run time, baby. Better have your bags packed. We're in the process of packing them.
Yep.
You have anything else?
The other one's in Spanish. I'm not gonna read it. I'm just not gonna do that. I mean, I guess I could translate the page. I already closed it.
Well, I have a couple here.
Okay, if you have a couple, go for it. The other one was just another one about the Trump thing, and then let's see, and then I have this about Stellar integrates on-chain analytics platform Dune, but that's not that interesting because XLM is not going to hit $2,000 a token.
1,000.
Now it's bull run, baby. Moon math. Come on, sir. 1,000 was a little bit low. You know what I mean? That was the last time.
1,000 was low. All right.
Nobody do that.
In other news today, Tesla moves entire $765 million in Bitcoin stash to unknown wallets. So this came out that Tesla, so crypto wallets labeled as owned by Tesla, moved virtually all of its company's Bitcoin across 26 transactions, including test transfers. And essentially, it's moved it to a bunch of different wallets and spread it out. None of the wallets have been linked to an exchange. So is it just diversifying? Is Elon just saying, hey, because he's already said if Trump loses, he's going to jail. So did he say, hey, diversify that Bitcoin just in case? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what Viva Coin said. Viva Coin said, Viva Coin, he tweeted that obviously Tesla is moving their Bitcoin to buy your favorite influencers meme coin that is going to go straight to zero. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was the implication. So it's like, obviously.
So, it is a publicly traded company. They have not put out any news, so they have to disclose
if they're going to sell or something.
If they're going to sell, if they sold.
If 45 days.
Yeah.
I think they have.
So they haven't put anything out. Could these be OTC deals? Maybe. Hell, who knows? Maybe Elon bought it from the company because the freaking the council, of the company, the shareholders were like, we don't want this Bitcoin, which would be crazy. At this point in time, why would you get rid of it? It's going up and to the right. So I would say, don't trip. Steady, lads. Let's see what happens before anything else.
Your
Tesla was coming out with the V8. Probably not coming out with a V8. I mean, maybe, but I think that goes against everything, bro. The V8 couldn't even put out as much power as one of his Teslas.
Dude, the S class can go 0 to 60 in 1.2 seconds, bro.
No. I think that's the Roadster, and that's not out.
No, the S class is that's the sports one.
The Model S Plaid goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
1.9 seconds.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Which it doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. That's break your neck speed. And that's the Model S Plaid is 1.9 seconds. I think the Roadster, they said, will do 1.2.
Oh, no, dude. It says the Roadster's 1.9, so I don't know where the 1.2 comes from.
Oh, okay.
I know that there's something. I mean, I wonder if it's one of those, like, Lucid.
No, it's not Lucid.
I don't think so.
Lucid is more of a luxury. It's got longer range than a Tesla, though. Lucid
and they
does.
say, Aaron said that he sat in a Lucid one time, and he said that it was just, like way, way nicer than Tesla.
Yeah, it's like a luxury. They build them right. They built them. Well, they build them like 10 miles from my old house when I lived down in the valley. Yeah.
When I go back to the States, I'm going to test drive one just because I'm all about manifesting. I'm all about manifesting. One of the last things I did before I came out here to Colombia was I drove the e-tron, the Audi e-tron.
Right.
$120,000 car straight up. And I drove it around. And it feels just like a gas car. And so it's not like as exciting or fun as like in the Tesla. You're like, geez, if I put this down a little bit, like it's gonna go. And like the e-tron didn't feel like that. It just felt like a regular car. So I mean, it was kind of like, yeah, it was like, oh, I'll get there when I get there. It wasn't like Tesla's like, oops, I'm gone.
So basically, that's all this ad is saying right here. You know what I mean? It says, they bought back in February 2021, 1.5 billion worth of cryptocurrency. And then we all know they sold half of it, and the whole market tanked around April. And they go, it's the fourth largest holder, but we don't know. So, and Arkham is tracking it. You can track it on Arkham. They don't say it's an exchange. So maybe they're just splitting all their assets into smaller things. Maybe they're going to use it to fund different departments. Who knows? Maybe they're just moving stuff around. So here we go. BRICS advances multi-currency system to break U.S. dollar dominance. And when I first started reading this article, I was like, damn. Because that is definitely something that could that would seem appealing to these people, right? Because we go in, we force you to use our dollar, the petrodollar, that's why we send money to all these random countries for like Pakistani gender studies and stuff like that. That's why we send this money, because then it's our dollar. It puts our dollar in circulation. That's the whole modern monetary policy type thing. You put the money out there, you keep it circulating, and that's how you just keep putting it out, but it's got to stay circulating within the ecosystem, or it doesn't work. It collapses, right? That's why they don't want you saving, they want you spending. That's why everything like that. So there's a lot of countries that, don't want to use the dollar or whatever. So I was thinking, damn. So if BRICS sets up, like when BRICS Pay comes out, if they set up a system to where like China, imagine
all the other
going to one spot. We can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No.
Can't hear me? Still no?
Well, I can now.
Okay.
You have to have your mic right up to you or we can't hear you.
It's like if they have a system where all of the other currency have liquidity pairs on the back end of their payment transfer system. So like anybody that can pay in any currency except for the dollar.
Right.
So it's like if you're trying to go pay in crypto or transfer crypto to Coinbase and you're trying to use Zcash and you can't, or USDT, right? Or US Tether.
Well, right. So say your native, John's native currency is Solana. My native currency is Cardano, and he's selling me something, but only accepts Solana, but I only have Cardano. When I send my payment in to buy it from him, it automatically gets switched. He gets his Solana, I get my property, So that's really appealing to, that would be really appealing to a lot of these countries. You get to keep your national currency. It helps provide liquidity in trade, open trade, and you don't have to be reliant on the dollar. So, and I'm reading through this, and BRICS member Russia is pitching the new idea, multi-currency system, break the US dollar dominance. Russia is proposing changes to cross-border transactions where all currencies of existing members will be used to settle trade. The move will bolster local currencies of member nations, leading to lesser dependency on the US dollar. The new BRICS multi-currency payment system will be a ring of all currencies and become a center for mutual trade. The main agenda is to circumvent Western financial powers and usher into a new era of global authority. Russia is pitching the multi-currency system to sanction-proof its economy and that of its existing members of the alliance. So that's another thing. So because everything's traded in the dollar around the world. Well, if you sanction them, blah, 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 blah. That's why this really came about, because we put so many sanctions on Russia and China. And when you back a sovereign nation into a corner, well, they're just going to circumvent you. They're not going to just, we're Russia, big bad America. Okay. No, that's not going to happen.
You're not going to put them in the corner, and they're not going to stay there.
Right. So Russia wants the BRICS multi-currency payment system to be an alternative option to the US dollar. The multi-currency system will need to ring fence its participants from any external pressures, such as extraterritorial sanctions, read the report. And then it says, are not always aligned with the interest of other participants. Okay. We go in, we force our ideology and nation build, because in sixth generation, the child of the child of the child will now all of a sudden be Americanized and Westernized, and their whole cultural shift will change. Well, how'd that work with Afghanistan? Didn't work too good. The moment we got out, all them women that you empowered are now been enslaved by the Taliban. Not literally, but have all been, reverted back to the treatment they were being treated before. So how'd that work, us trying to nation build in Afghanistan? You can't do that. So people don't, just because it's not our way doesn't mean it's their way.
You can't go somewhere and change someone else's culture. That's the whole
right.
thing.
It's a whole philosophical thing. You know what I mean? Everybody says don't do cultural appropriation. Well, America is the largest proprietor of forcing their culture on people. The American culture.
Here's just a funny way to relate that, right? So Europe and a lot of different parts of Europe has gone through a lot of these different Central and South American countries. They made them roads, they painted the roads, they gave them street signs, they gave them intersection lights, all this stuff. But you go to any of those places, they don't give up. Damn. They drive however they want, right? Because you had some people come in there and be like, okay, I know that you all are doing things your own way, but this is how you're going to do it now. And then they're like, okay, that's how we're going to do it. And then they leave. And then they're going to do whatever they want. I mean, it's like a kid. You've seen those videos of the kids where they put candy in front of them or whatever. And they're like, okay, don't eat that. And then they leave the room. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you're not going to force that upon anybody.
So it says Russia will discuss the report and the pitch idea of the multi-currency system at the upcoming BRICS summit. The idea could find takers from China and Iran, as the two countries are eager to end reliance on the US dollar. So that's the top three, countries. But you have the other BRICS members, especially India, South Africa, and the UAE might find the idea of the multi-currency payment system to be a desperate move from Russia. India recently made its stance clear that it has no plans of de-dollarization, and fully embraces the US dollar. On the other hand, the UAE needs the US dollar to boast its global cities and needs the currency for its survival. So the summit's coming up on the 22nd. You can read that into that two ways. It's like, well, if India and South Africa are fully embracing the US dollar and don't plan on de-dollarizing, why are you part of BRICS? You know what I mean? And then the UAE, so like Saudi Arabia, if they join BRICS and they de-dollarize, well, guess what? There goes all their military funding. There goes all their F-16s and freaking rockets and whatever else we supply them with. Gone, poof. And then, of course, Iran wants to get off of the dollar. Of course, China and Russia want to get away from using the dollar. So, you can read that one of two ways, I guess. I guess you can read it multiple ways, but that's what's going on. Russia's pushing for de-dollarization. This other one, just real quick, because it's a long one, and I'm not going to read all of this. Basically, there's a new AI that's open source that's been launched called Aria. The new open source multi-module AI that's rivaling big tech. Tokyo's Rhymes AI has just released Aria, a free multi-module AI model that can even do some things that OpenAI can't. And the reason I thought this was interesting, because it's when they call it a module, right? So different things are broken down into sectors. So you go on Grok or you go on ChatGPT, you say, create me an image, or you say, write me a story, or you say, compound and correlate all these different data sheets for me. Every time you do that, it uses all of its power to do each one of those individual tasks. It doesn't matter what task you throw at it, it uses all of its power. So this multi-module format, if you go in and say, create a picture of a JPEG boss riding a horse with the sign says, never surrender. Okay, what it does is it passes it to a specific expert module of the entire thing that's, trained for like creating pictures and a video and stuff like that. Boom. So it uses less power and then it creates it. Or if you go in and you input a bunch of data, a bunch of spreadsheets and say, hey, I need you to correlate this all for whatever, you know what I mean? It only uses that little bit of power. So it uses less power, and it says, so the Rhymes AI achieved this by employing a mixture of experts framework. This architecture is similar to having a team of specialized mini experts, each trained to excel in specific areas or tasks. When a new input is given to the module, only the relevant experts or subset or module are activated, and instead of using the entire model. This way, running just off a specific session of the model means it will be lighter than running a complete know-it-all entity that tries to process everything. So it's going to compute. It's going to take less power to run, less storage space, I would imagine. It can be more decentralized. And it says, so Aria selectively engages just 3.5 billion of its 24.9 billion parameters per token. And token would be input. So whatever you're inputting into it. Reducing computational load and improving performance on specific tasks. It also allows for better scalability, as new experts could be added to handle specialized tasks without overloading the system. And then it's important to note that the Aria is the first multi-module MOE in the open source arena. There are already some MOEs like Mixtral and some multi-module LLMs like Pixtral, but Aria is the only module that can combine the two architectures. And then they go on to talk about bench testing and everything like that. Did I miss it? Where's the part? Because it talks about a part where you can already like use it and start building it out for yourself. Energy efficient hardware, achieve employing architecture similar to a team, specialized, developed by. Maybe it's further in the article, but I'm not going to read all of that. The video processing, and it breaks down all the different modules, and it's a very long article. So I thought that was cool. Open source. You know what I mean?
You know what I just realized?
Free, less energy.
I just looked this up right now. Today, I mentioned something, and the doctor I was with found all of the research related to the comment that I made that exists publicly available. And this was what they were using on their cell phone.
Aria, really?
Yeah, I just looked it up, and it's like this Opera browser. Yeah, and Aria AI. Yeah, it was specifically this. I'll send it in the private chat.
Go.
But or I'll put it in the. Yeah, I just thought it was crazy. Because I was like, huh, what a weird AI that I've never heard of before. And he was like, this is AI. And I was like, well, duh. You know what I mean? I was like, I knew I've heard of AI, but like, you know what I mean? There's so many. I just it was one of those things. It's like when I don't know. It's like when your dad's like,
link?
I could face.
Oh, so the opera.com features browser. Okay.
Yep.
Send that to me and send that to me in a DM though, so I can in our DMs so I can look at it later, because I'd like to check this out, especially if it's free, open source.
Yes.
You know, I use Grok because I think friggin' Sam Altman is the devil. Even if Chat GPT is better, I still use Grok.
I think Grok is good. I think Grok is good. But on that note, put the link in the chat. Okay, Jesse, I'm going to do it for you. That was good. There it is.
There we go.
You got it. And there it is on the screen.
Boom. Well, 7:28. I hope all you guys have a great night. Let's see here. Anything changing? Bitcoin's pumping.
Oh.
We're back over 67,000.
We're back, baby.
Boom.
Love it.
I mean, we're only up 0.38, but we're above 67. That's good. Whiff's coming back. PopCap's coming back. Squeeze up 2 pennies.
All right. I'm going to get my happy behind to bed. I'm sure tomorrow's going to be a long, exciting day. 70K loading is 100%. Jesus. Desert, just let me do what I'm going to do.
Before we go, do us a favor. Everybody watching, all you beautiful people, do us a favor. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. We have a little discussion in the beginning. We do market update. Then we read articles and we answer your questions on the general state of the market. If you're on Twitter, tag some DGens, give us a retweet, all that good stuff. If you are on YouTube, do us a favor, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with a friend. If everybody shared this, we'd have more viewers. We really need to build. We don't want to not stream to Twitter because we know a lot of people watch from Twitter. A lot of our audience watches from Twitter, but Twitter's so hard to monetize. We really need to build our YouTube subscription model. So we would appreciate, even if you are on Twitter, going to YouTube, hitting the like button, subscribing, and then you can still watch it on Twitter. That's fine. Just the fact that the subs go up and the likes go up, it helps pushes us in the algorithm. So
we appreciate you guys. We also have a Catalyst proposal in Fund 13 in the product section, and it is bridge between Midnight and Cardano. It'll have JPEG Empire, Chimvot Corporation, and Keystone Hardware Wallet as people that are going to be making this happen. So they're supporting us. We're going to do it. Hopefully everybody else will support us as well. And then we'll get the votes. We'll get the funding. We'll build this bridge. It'll be fun and exciting. But we appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow and every day, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Peace out. Take it easy.